Welcome back. We all want to exude confidence, but often insecurities and anxiety get in the way, and we exude nervousness instead. So here to help us feel and be more confident is Karen Donaldson. So confident you are. Before we dive in, I want to bring out our lovely Cityline intern, Kiana Gutierrez, to help us with this conversation. Come on, I see it. Like so many of us, she gets nervous. I get it. There's from time to time I get nervous too still. So Kiana, where does your nervousness, do you think, stem from?
So I'm a final year journalism student, and I'm a Cityline intern, and I'm a part-time server. So you can only imagine how many times I use my voice to speak to people on a regular day basis. In high school, I was a very confident speaker. I enjoyed facilitating discussion in the classroom. I like speaking to my teachers, and creating a relationship within the school community was very easy for me. But when COVID hit and I entered my first year of college where everything was online, I felt like a void had hit me. It became a very difficult time for me to learn in the classroom because the classroom was my room. And my room wasn't a place of comfort anymore. It became a space to accommodate everything. And as we're slowly, getting back to navigating the pandemic, I think I'm slowly starting to get my confidence back up, but I still do feel like I'm going into that rabbit hole.
Interesting, and I think you are so not alone with that. That's a very interesting situation. So how do we help Kiana and anyone else out there feel more confident?
Definitely. So here's the biggest thing. We've been fed a lie because confidence is not an emotion. So in truth, you can't actually feel it. Confidence is an attitude and it's an actual behavior, which means it's a skill set that any willing individual can change at any time and at any age. It's all based on your self-belief because your confidence is an outcome of your actions that you take and the thoughts that you think.
Right.
And so often we're not intentional with our self-belief. So when we shift our self-belief, what you think about yourself, what you believe about yourself, it influences your ability to show up with confidence. And that's essentially called neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity is essentially the brain's ability to adapt and change, right? So the biggest thing, though, when going to situations, if you want to show up with more confidence, is you have to stop focusing on what other people are thinking and focus on yourself. And when I say focus on yourself, I want you to commit to the action, not the outcome, and not what other people are thinking, because you can't control that. Focus on controlling you.
That is a hard one, when you stop thinking about what everyone is thinking, but that is power.
It is.
When you don't care anymore, that's when you can really step into your power and be who you are. So let's talk about some non-verbal communication cues that one can use to feel more confident. What can we do?
Indeed. The first one is this. It's super easy. It comes down to your clothes. If you want to show up with more confidence, wear something that's comfortable. And I also say wear something that makes you feel outstanding, or I like to use the word glamorous, right? It's one less thing to focus about. So you're not focusing if your skirt's too short or if the buttons are pulling apart. You don't want to be distracted there. You want to be distracted and committed to showing up in a very strong manner, in a very strong fashion.
And when you start playing with your clothes, it's a sign that you are not confident.
Indeed.
So I've been caught in that situation many a time on this show. So you want to make sure what you're wearing is very comfortable and fits you and is good.
You've got it.
Any other nonverbal cues?
Absolutely.
To think
I'm
about?
going to ask you to walk back and forth.
Okay.
Okay. All the pretty girls walk like
There we go. We're going to walk back again.
this.
So what you want to focus on, Kiana, is you want to ensure that you have a confident stance. If you want to move in just a little bit more. So you want to stand up tall, shoulders back, your chin at floor level. You want to make eye contact with a person, and essentially you're showcasing confidence with this gesture. So an exercise for everyone or anyone who's listening and watching, you're going to straighten from the base of your back, straighten from the base of your neck, and feel as if though someone's pulling a string out of the top of your head.
Right, you've got good posture.
You got it. You got it. Number two, power poses. And what power poses are doing are you're essentially taking more room. So you're spreading your feet apart. Bigger hand movements. And what this does, it changes our hormonal levels. So when it comes to testosterone, it increases it. And that's connected to dominance. And with cortisol, which is connected to stress, it decreases it. So be bigger than life.
So, like,
right? Just
you are taking up space. You are the man on the subway with the 2 seats because his legs are spread out like that. The man spreader. That's what we got to be. Because when you make yourself big, you actually feel big, right?
Adrenaline starts to come into your system.
Got it.
Right? So let's now have a seat.
Okay. That was fun. So any more nonverbal cues?
Absolutely. 2 more quick ones. The
Okay.
first one is this. You want to sit or stand still and don't fidget a lot. That showcases that you're nervous.
Yeah,
Right? And
it's
if you
bad.
have nervous energy, put your hands together, put them in your lap,
Yeah.
or hold on to something else.
Got it.
And the other one here is please nod with intention, no bobbleheading. That shows insecurity.
Right.
And also shows that you're overly agreeable. And a lot of people are guilty of that.
Yes.
Single or double nod only.
Got it.
You got it.
Okay, thank you. Any other cues we need to think about? We've done nonverbal.
Right.
How about verbal?
A few quick verbal ones. The first one is this. Speak to yourself in the third person. So instead of saying, I've got this, it's that self-talk.
Yeah.
I've got this, I'm gonna do well. Karen, you're gonna do well. So Kiana, it would sound like,
Kiana, I'm gonna do well.
you got it, right? Research shows that when you speak to yourself in the third person,
Yeah.
it reduces the effects of your emotions on your actions,
Okay.
right?
Anything else?
Definitely, my friends, stop overly apologizing when we enter spaces.
I'm sorry, what?
We just switched that sorry to excuse me.
Excuse me, pardon?
You
Yeah.
got it.
Okay.
Also as a confident person, you want to listen more than you talk. If you're confident, you have nothing to show and nothing to prove. So
Yeah.
be intentional and genuine listening to people.
Are you a sorry girl, Kiana?
Yes.
I know.
I
You-
apologize all the time.
Yes.
We're gonna stop
It's
doing
part
it.
of the Canadian identity that we need to start scrapping.
We can decide to stop it today.
When you are sorry, say it then.
Correct.
But if it's like you're introducing yourself to talk, if someone hits you and you're saying sorry, like those situations are not when you need sorry. Okay, we're good?
We're good. One last thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Stop faking it until you make it.
Yeah, so this is an interesting one because I'm a faker till I make her. But what do you say?
Here's the thing, when you fake it till you make it, you put the emphasis on doing something that you're not.
Yeah.
So I say focus on the skill set and say, I want to be more confident when I enter a room
Yes.
and do that. Because if you show up as your fake self in all these situations, you're always showing up as someone who's not genuine. People don't get to know the real you.
Right.
They're assessing someone else and you're always having to put on
Yes.
to be in a different setting or scenario.
Okay, very good. Karen and Kiana, thank you so much for that. Great tips.